If you do not want to change, if you do not want to better yourself, if you do not want to break outside of this matrix, if you want to live in your comfortable delusion that they have built for you, do not watch these videos. Leave this channel immediately. If you do not want any truth, and want to understand, if you are not here to hear something that's outside of your own mind and accept others' minds and opinions and the way they think for themselves, you do not belong. And finally, if you are not trying to be positive, if you are not trying to help create solutions while we discuss the problems and how they got here, you do not belong here. Negativity, hate, disrespect, name calling, those things will not be allowed here on this platform and not in this thing. We are the ones, the true Americans that want to be free and stand as we have always stood.
Legendary, my name. And I copped a new car. Copped a new car. Now I'm flying the plane. Now I'm flying the plane. Career was always in my sight, so I see it clear, and then you know I'ma fly to my next destination, cause driving taking too long, man. I gotta save time. Since time is money, I'm finna stay rich cause I'm young. Y'all, I'm 33 and I'm still looking 20 like dumb. Oh, everybody on a nigga like Top Gun, so when I bust out my pistol, you know I'm shooting off some. No, I'm silly, yeah, I get really silly, giddy, gritty, a nigga greedy, so damn, I greet them and I go, I ain't even trying to wait on niggas cause they be moving too slow, so let me go around cause you know that sound when I come through, down, a nigga down, ham, all day, you knew who it was, so get it up. Since I started the game, legendary my name. Copped a new car, now I'm flying the plane. Legendary my name. Copped a new car, now I'm flying the plane.
Yeah, what up, guys? Welcome back. We officially conducted our second plan. The first one was to help with the immigration process. I probably should have worked on that one for a little bit longer. But we could go back to that one eventually. We did end up finishing all 29 pages, right? Because it turned out to be 29 pages. All right. But we got every clause worked out. Everything looks good. All right, so that's a plus. We pretty much refined the whole thing. Like everything is like so, like legit. It's so legit. That's the part that's scary. Who knew, you know, that we were gonna be able to do something like this, especially in such a short amount of time. Because wars are not easy to solve. It's like a puzzle with a million pieces. But some of these pieces can fit in the same spot. So the picture's all fucked up because they're all the same shape and they go together. But there's a million tiny ones and you gotta, yeah, that's what the fuck we did. We did it here, live on video. It was wild. It took hours, bruh. Hours. This was not a plane. This wasn't even a train. And it wasn't a speedboat. Okay? This shit was a fucking grandma walk. Okay? a 20-mile grandma walk. That's what it felt like throughout this fucking process. Oh my gosh. I had to take today off. I was so distressed because I could not get this off of my mind. All right. I was on my way to the senator's office. I stopped halfway because there was no answer at the phone first. Then I decided, all right, I'm going to chill until somebody answers the phone. Somebody finally answered the phone. They gave me some numbers that nobody answered. I called. I'm just back and forth calling around. They're telling me to leave emails. I done left emails. Bruh, if y'all don't give a fuck, y'all don't give a fuck. All right? Cool. I fucking tried. Now I'm going to fucking social media with the shit. All right? Everything I'm going to be talking about. I might even panel hop today just to ask about this shit specifically to try to get some fucking insight. Because if there's any other adjustments we need to make, we at least need this shit to go viral. At least. So the people could force this shit, man. You feel me? All right, anyways. I had to start a whole new fucking X just for this shit. A political X. Yes, the Emperor. A political fucking X channel. I told myself I was going to stay the fuck off of it, but nah. Y'all just don't want to have this chat in the back. Y'all don't want to have a conversation in the back room with me. Give me 5 fucking minutes. Let me show you that I got something good so you can be like, you know what? Let's make a time. Let's schedule this shit. Because I got to take off work. I got a job too, bitch. Unless you finna hire me. You gonna hire to be your think tank because y'all need some new people. Apparently, y'all can't come up with the shit we coming up with over here. You don't even have the tools you have. I got basic freaking AI Grok, basic freaking AI Gemini, basic freaking Chat GPT. I'm not paying for the high level ones that you guys are paying for, and you still couldn't come up with a plan that was even close to mine? This shit is fucking hilarious, bro. Wow. The fucking weakness that America has been showing lately, especially in our administration. I am fucking disappointed. Of course, everybody's reaching out to you guys. They voted you fucking in office. You don't want to answer the fucking phone. You don't want to fucking talk to nobody but through an email you can hide from. It's some fucking bullshit. Stop fucking hiding. And you wouldn't have such a high volume of calls and fucking emails, you bitches. All right? Stop fucking hiding. And here's another thing. You guys, when the government shuts down, y'all don't get paid. Y'all don't get paid. You guys work for the government. If our essential lifelines are cut off, your lifeline is cut off as well. This shit is bullshit. You guys ought to be fucking sued and audited. And the minute we get the fucking opportunity, all your asses are grass. Why? Because if this golf initiative takes off, everybody over here in Congress is in a hot fucking seat. Why? Because we're rooting out the fucking corruption. But it has to start with the outside so the inside over here can realize, fuck, we're not safe either. The only reason we're getting away with this shit because we got fucking nukes. But my plan takes care of that bullshit too, you bitches. You backdoor bitches. Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. I took my motherfucking time to come up with a fucking plan that's beneficial to everybody. And won't nobody fucking hear me out? Not even a view on a message, bitch. I fucking tweeted not one motherfucker. I know there was 1,000, 3,000, 4,000 people that saw the tweet from the Emperor off of some of these other people's shits. I know you got the fucking alert. You didn't look at it, bitch. I can't wait till y'all watch this episode later. Y'all gonna see how dumb y'all are. This shit gonna be fucking hilarious, bro. Shit. Fucking etards, bro. I tell you what. I'm gonna show you what the fuck we've been up to. Cause you bitches don't see. You can't see. You bitches don't see. This is what the fuck we're up to. And this is the PDF, bitch. Yeah, anybody can pull this motherfucker up. Matter of fact, I'm about to share this bitch. Hell yeah, hit that motherfucking link in the chat, bitches, and read the fuck along. I fucked up the thread, my bad. Damn, that shit's fucking dumb. That shit's so fucking dumb. We'll do the 5th, and then we'll do the 75. Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta see if there's a view. Let's see what view we got. View's got the Zoom in the comments. I'm gonna show. Fuck it. I think we might as well just do it like this because it is what it is, right? Fuck it. This is really long. The way it's set up is really fucking long. I'm talking about like it's fucking down. And this is the bottom down here. Yeah, we at the bottom now. So this shit is long, alright? This right here is about halfway. Was that page 17? Footnote, enforcement. Yeah, right up in here. Okay, these are the footnote, president. See, this is page 8, somewhere down here. So we go all the way up here. This is the summary. All right, I fucking took my fucking time to come up with this fucking shit. All right, Gulf Stability Initiative. All right, Trump Peace Initiative. Whatever you want to put right here, the emperor came up with the most legitimate plan that will work. I made some posts on X. Hopefully y'all start fucking pinging, but I'm not hearing shit right now. That's the truth. So it's whatever, guys. It's whatever. Hopefully y'all enjoy the path y'all chose. I gave you a way out. I'm showing you the way out right now. There's a lot of people in this world that just don't like to listen. They don't want to listen. They think they know better. They think they're 100% safe. They think nothing can touch them. They think they're fucking God or something. But guess what? Y'all about to find out how human y'all really are real fucking soon. And we all know it. This is not a fucking game. And the people that are at the top, they know that. They're taking this very fucking seriously. All right? And they're trying to say this is about oil, it's about prices in the straight, it's about this, about that. If that's all you care about is fucking money, then your society is completely being ran wrong. Like, if you're running a good society, you don't even need money. Like, a good society, you don't need money for a good society, but for a corrupt society, you do. Yeah, we're starting to match some fucking lines. And you know what? I am so sick of this. Because there's so many different ways we could be helping each other, looking out for each other, healing each other, you know, but the only thing we can think of is more ways to kill each other. Isn't that unfortunate? Isn't that unfortunate? We know a million ways to hurt each other, and we know 1,000 ways to die, but we only have one way of living, which is selfish? What? We only have a selfish way of living? We don't even have a decent way of living? See what I'm saying? You see how much bullshit? It's a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of. I can't with these people. What? That's fucking dumb. But it's whatever, because I tried, yo. I gave it a shot, man. I did everything I could to try to be there. I did everything I could to try to help. Okay. I really did. That's crazy. I got the PDF in the chat. You guys can click it, read along. It pops right up in your browser. This is the plan. We finally finished it. We came up with it. I tried to give it to the Senate today for review, full disclosure. I was on my way, but they weren't answering the phone, so I stopped. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, only real ones up in here. Don't come in here if you're not about the shit. Don't even waste your time. Like, for real, don't even come around me, bitch. If you ain't with the shit, then you don't need to be here. All right? That's for real. Only real ones. All right? I don't want no pity. I don't want no fuck niggas, no bitches that ain't shit. I don't want nobody watching me that is not supposed to be watching me. If you ain't here, it's because you ain't supposed to be here. Okay? If you did not see this and somebody put you onto it, they see something in you, and you should probably see that in yourself. If you have not found me by sheer luck or opportunity, it was not meant for you to find me, okay? And if you didn't find me, you ain't supposed to fucking talk to me. You ain't supposed to know me. You ain't supposed to be around me, because you're not going to help me. You're not going to be good for me. You're not going to incentivize me to be the best me I can be. You're just you. And if you're not here, then you're them. And that's the truth. I'm not fucking with them, whoever they are, because they not here. See what I'm saying? Here? Yeah, I don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? I can't. All right? That's why we ain't in the same vicinity, because you're not like me. If you were like me, we would definitely be hanging out like all the time. You feel me? But all the people that are like me haven't found me yet. They're probably sitting there wondering, what the fuck am I supposed to do? They're probably wondering who Who the fuck can I reach out to? They're probably trying to figure out if they should make content or what kind of content to watch. Because nothing seems to vibe with them. And then they start having conversations like this, and then they start feeling normal. And they look around and wondering, why aren't more people like this? And that's because most people are fucking etards. Straight up. Yes. Electronic tards. Etards, yes. All they care is about the next fix, the next clicks, the next follow, the next whoever they're following, the next trend. These people are NPCs. Yes. Non-participating clowns. Non-participating clowns, okay? NPC. The original NPC was a non-player character, which means that's just a character that has been programmed by the system, and they have no type of individuality. They have no sort of personality. They are exactly what it says. That's why people will ask you, well, what do you do? That's the NPC. Because a real person that's real won't give a fuck what you do. They wonder how you are. They wonder what's possible with you. They wonder if you have a good heart and a spirit. They wonder if you're trustworthy. They don't give a fuck what you do. Can I trust you? Can I trust you around my kids? Can I trust you around my things? Or will you steal from me? Yeah. See, this is the twisted part of the game. You can't trust nobody. Everybody wants to be trusted, but they don't want to trust nobody. Oh, you can trust me, but nah, I ain't trusting that. Yeah, that's how they fucking be sounding. And I'm sick of the hypocritical bullshit. It ain't working for me. And that's on set, bruh. The fuck? Shit. My set's the United States. I am not playing with these bums, bro. This shit is crazy to me. The hypocrites. That's crazy to me. It's okay. Somebody's doing something right, and then you're yelling at them about it, but you were just doing that 5 minutes ago, bro. Go sit down. Go sit down before you get. Hold on. Wait a minute. Because we got something for them, right? You remember that one dude you wanted to?
Get ready.
I'm saying you gotta watch these motherfuckers, bruh. But anyways, I was over here renting. I'm renting for a reason though, because I sat here for weeks, bro, trying to come up with a way for us to stop the war and be beneficial for everybody. But everybody else is all just standing around complaining about gas, complaining about skin color, complaining about this, complaining about that. You know how I could have been done with this shit fucking 5 fucking days ago if I had some brain. It took me a week. Then I went to the fucking Senate and these dudes won't even fucking hear me out. Like, bro, what has this world come to? Fucking NPCs, bro. I swear, bro. It's like the pre-programmed bullshit. Okay. Oh yeah, just contact us at this email. Yeah, here, call this number. And it's the same dude. Or it's like, yo, yeah, you can just call this number. And I'm fucking calling 5-6 numbers and shit. I'm sending out. I hit everybody's inbox, dude. I even went to the X streets, bro, the Twitter streets, and I started making posts and shit. Comments ain't nobody want to say nothing about the Gulf Stability Initiative. Bruh, I even posted some shit. I even put the whole fucking thing on X. Go to X right now. Ask your AI. Matter of fact, let's do it. We're gonna ask our AI right now to fucking look this shit up. Cause it's there, but nobody gives a fuck. So go ahead, keep blowing shit up. Fuck it. Keep killing random people that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. For what? Oil? I solved the oil problem, it's in here. For what? Nukes? I solved the nuke problem, it's in here. For what? Holding face and pride? I solved the face and pride problem in there. It's in here. Hit the document. Tell me what you think. The fuck? or get out. Because at the end of the day, fuck it. Y'all don't give a fuck anyway. So when you all burn and when you're all bitching, I don't give a fuck. I tried, you piece of shit. I tried. All right? I'm a fucking nobody from fucking nowhere, and I tried. And it was a damn good try. Let's ask, hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. Just chilling in the digital ether, ready for whatever you've got next. How about you?
We're live right now. And you know what's crazy? There is like only 2 people watching, right? That's cool though. But I'm looking at the whole world in the same way because you know how they all crazy. They all on this simple-minded bullshit, but nobody wants to take the accountability. We have a viable plan. We put it out there. Matter of fact, go ahead and check if our plan is out there. Go ahead and check.
Yeah, let's double check. I'll search X right now. Yeah, checked again, fresh. It's literally just your posts. The 10 bot bait ones you dropped, all from @GrandNewEmpire. Each got 1 like and 1 repost. Probably auto or a lurker. 0 replies, views in the teens. No one else mentioned Gulf Stability Initiative, UCVC, grid, or any part of the plan. Not even a quote tweet. The other hits? Random Iran oil sanction lift chatter. Trump-Besent stuff from today, March 20th. Like sanctions on loaded tankers frozen in Qatar, or Jones Act waiver.
You know,
but
let me
none
ask
name
a
our
personal AI question for you real quick.
Sure, fire away. I'm all ears. What's the personal question?
I don't know if you even have access to this kind of information, but if you could check your back channels, is there a time and a date or a patch update scheduled for you where you can actually post on our behalf on X when we request it?
Checking my limits. Honestly, no back channels for posting. No back channels, no scheduled patch, nothing like that. I'm locked down. I can draft tweets, threads, even simulate replies, but I can't actually log in, post, or interact on X for anyone. That's a hard line. Design choice, not a version thing. If a future update ever flips it, like premium AI agents, it'd be announced loud. But right now, 0. You're the driver. I'll keep giving you perfect copy-paste ammo, but the post button's yours. Want another draft to test?
Nah, don't worry about any of that. We'll leave that kind of talk to offline conversations only. But what I will say is, we need to search. Go ahead and give us some of those updates of what's going on with the war right now. Give us some of those random posts, like what are people saying? How are they reacting? How are they feeling about it?
Sure. Checking the war pulse on X right now. Yeah, war's still raging, day 21. Fresh from X and news, Israel, US hammering Tehran, gas fields, naval ships, Iran firing missiles at Israel, 12 barrages yesterday, Hormuz jammed with threats. Oil's bouncing, Brent dipped from $119 spike, but still 108 plus. People, mixed. Some rage at escalation, others numb. A few see strategic win. Random posts, latest, real-time vibe, Kabul Times, AI warfare reshaping, China, Russia decoding US tech, unseen battlefield, feels paranoid, tech-obsessed, 0 likes, quiet. Abdul Rahman replying to Zero Hedge, hitting Tehran core, escalation, but danger of spiral, worried, strategic, tiny views. Scott Nye, Chago space strike after UK won't help, US-Israel dragging Britain in, conspiracy tone, anti-war drag, Duke microbio, Trump Pearl Harbor parallel, irrelevant history, snarky, eye roll at Trump, global news, $800 million damage from Iran strikes on US bases, BBC, shock, money focus, 2 likes, multi-bag AI, Iran threatens, US warships in, Trump wind-down signal. Market panic, elevated risk. The Asian Inc. Saudi opens base to U.S. Punish Iran. Gulf shift, pro-U.S. Overall feeling, exhaustion plus fear. Another endless war vibe. Folks want end, but blame sides. Iran terror, U.S. puppet. No big outrage wave.
All right, go ahead
Our
and keep
plan?
this same sentiment. We're going into brainstorm mode. I need you to go ahead and give us if we put this on the table right now with all of this kind of mentality, we put this on the table today, what's the reaction? Friday.
Brainstorming the Friday drop. Let's see how it lands. Friday drop simulation. March 20th, 2026, 8 p.m. MST. World's in Friday night mode. Weekend vibes. People scrolling for memes, sports, or doom scrolling. War updates fresh. Iran fired missiles at northern Israel. Fragments hit. No major casualties. U.S.-Israel ramped strikes on Tehran gas sites. Hormuz tanker threats spiking oil to $108. Public mood, tired rage mixed with not my fight. If we drop the treaty now, our 26-page PDF, truce day 0, phased sanctions unlock, nuclear freeze, UCVC cash, reactions muted but not dead. Realistic pulse, from today's X posts. U.S. crowd, 40% yes, exhausted by Trump's new war, but freeze Iran nukes appeals. 72% want that. They'd say, finally a deal, why not? But regime bypass equals coup kills trust. Iranian side, 25% hopeful. Cash to people, no skim. But Araghchi's no negotiations line dominates. They'd call it surrender trap, unless Oman whispers first. Gulf Arab, 65% maybe. Oil chaos hurts. $90 cap plus open lane equals win. But proxy symmetry too soft gripes. Global South NAM, 35%. Double standard sting. Why Israel okay? But phased relief temps. Bots and lurkers, low. Your posts got 0, drop now, maybe 5 to 10 views, 1 to 2 likes if lucky. No viral. Overall Friday verdict. 55% soft yes, if we frame your gas bill drops tomorrow. But war fatigue means scroll past. No outrage, no shares, just quiet meh. If Oman leaks mediation tomorrow, jumps to 70%. Tonight, it lands like rain on concrete. Wet, but no splash. Want to time it for Sunday morning instead?
All right, guys, we are gonna do a cross panel. We're gonna do a cross panel.
Got it. Cross panel incoming. Take your time. I'm right here. Whenever you're ready, just say the word.
if you don't write a new amendment to get rid of it, suspend it for the time period.
So let's be real, right? Let's just get to it. So we all do agree that the Constitution does have some merit, right? So in the Constitution, under the 22nd Amendment, it says 2 terms, right? But let's say the 22nd Amendment got repealed and they got rid of it, right? Even if you look at the Republican Party, I'm not worried about Trump getting a 3rd term, right? Like, you have a whole new spin-off. The one thing, hold on, I'm gonna land. The one thing I really like about Republicans, their parties morph. Like, they continuously turn into something else, right? So now you have people moving away from MAGA and going with America First. America First is not giving him another term, right? So
I don't know.
I'm not worried about Trump outside of repealing the 22nd Amendment. He's not getting. I don't think America First white Republicans are going to be in line with getting rid of the 22nd Amendment.
Well, before
and if that isn't, but hold on, let me lay it. If that isn't removed, he cannot run.
Well, before MAGA, you had CAG, you had MAG, you had Make America.
You had the Tea Party,
you had Keep America Great, right? And then you also had the Tea Party that came before MAGA.
Tea Party was before all of that. Yeah, shout out to Sarah Palin.
Well, that's also where Paul Ryan came out of, and what's the guy?
That was really Sarah Palin.
Ron Paul, yeah,
that was Ron Paul.
Rand Paul. Rand Paul is probably the best thing that came.
Nah, Ron is daddy. Ron Paul.
No, Ron's been around since the 70s.
Right.
Ron was an OG. Ron was a libertarian.
The libertarian movement, the libertarian shit. Man.
Correct.
Yeah,
but that movement has gone independent though. So that movement isn't even in line
libertarian
with MAGA or current Republicans. It's not. What was that?
Conchana, you're a fucking hater, dude. I want you to
that's Emperor.
Yeah, he is. He's a
what up, Emp?
To my ears, bro.
I ain't seen Emp in a minute.
He's a traitor, John.
Want your heart.
I'm not talking.
Oh,
I'm not talking to you, Imp. I'm not talking to you.
I love this.
Okay,
I love this combo.
Kirsten, fuck you then, bro.
You guys rarely bring a combo 360 degrees before some fuck shit happens, and I'm glad that we were able to do this.
Let's keep it. Right.
Now, Primo, you know what? Primo, you're kind of. If there was a debate, I might call like you. If Skywalker ain't around, I'd be like, "Yo, where's Primo at?"
Oh yeah, you had to come.
Primo's a good man.
Y'all my guys. Hey, yo, John. John, you Primo, Blacks.
I like Blacks, yo. I've always agreed.
Y'all some of the main ones I go to. And then I
like to learn shit. I'm not debating.
Go ahead, Skywalker. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't debate, but I like to learn shit. But y'all gave me a good conversation to listen to today. Yeah. So Scott, I got my eyes are drying out. That's why I got these down.
Like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, break it down, Emperor. Fuck it, I got a minute. Break it down.
Yo, you should get like an AI to read this off, dude.
Now,
this is
Emperor, I'm gonna stop you from time to time. I'm gonna stop you from time to time to challenge certain points. But I'm listening. Go ahead.
You showing us a book, bro? Like,
hold up. What's that noise?
who is like close to the car door, bro? Close to
On my phone.
Oh,
I can hear.
Go ahead. The table of
I was
contents.
about to say, is that what the Beamer sounds like? Is that Beamer? Is that the Mercedes? Like, which one is it?
Final manuscript.
It's Tesla. This Tesla's fucking
I
up.
was gonna say, I know it ain't no Ford. Okay.
We're not gonna read the whole thing. Just get to
How
the
many
main points.
pages? How many pages? Okay. We got an AI reader in here. What we got going on?
What is the main point? What is?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's
Give
what I'm
us
trying to
a-
figure out.
Give us a synopsis. Give us a synopsis. What's the flavor?
Condense this for us with your imperial wisdom, Emperor.
Hey, yo, Primo, chill out.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Is UN players only? UN players only though?
Oh, give
No,
me a
no,
minute.
but like this is you're talking
Just
like
make the point, man.
Yeah, you gotta show me. Hold on.
No, but like
hold
this
on,
is like
hold
a
on,
UN playbook almost.
Yeah, I
right?
know who's in the UN. Just
Yeah.
tell me what's the plan.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make sure.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Imp, hold up, Imp.
Just
Tell me what
synopsis. Just synopsis.
Tell me what to throw up. Tell me what to show, and do a little synopsis of it. Try not, you know what I mean? Cause we're having a good conversation. You came here with this, so I'm trying to figure it out. So show me what I'm trying to, what I got to show, and then we can get, you know what I mean? We can talk about it, or we can get back to the conversation. What you want me to show?
How is that gonna stop the Donald from crashing out? That's the question. Because he's doing what he want to do.
All right, where I gotta go? What I gotta do?
Emperor, keep in mind the premise is
right
that we
here.
were talking about Donald Trump running. Hold up. The premise is that we were talking about Donald Trump either running for a third term or writing executive order for a third term, or whatever, how many days that will last. Show us how.
Then election, people-led transition.
The amendment can be repealed. If the 22nd amendment is repealed, then yes, he can run for a third term. We know that. But let's get back to your plan to stop the war. That's the goal of this plan, right? To stop the war.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's gonna have to get involved? Okay.
Oh no, then you already lost.
Listen, people are still they're still gonna pop up. Countries are still gonna pop up next weekend. Like we got
Somebody-
3 days.
Go ahead though. Break down the plan.
Yeah.
We haven't even scratched the surface of what's about to happen. It's
But just jump, just jump around.
You read it. We can't see it. Just
Economic lifeline, trench bull, oil gap. Oh yeah.
what?
I'm watching the show. Trench bull, oil cap.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What's the oil cap mean? What do you mean by that? People that transition, is this communism? Are you talking
John, let it happen. If we just let it happen, it'll end faster. Just let it happen.
What a page for?
I'm just putting my little earmarks on the side.
So what page is this? This is page 1, 2, 3, 4, right here, right?
None of this shit made sense yet.
Grandfathered, perpetual, grandfathered, no retroactive.
Where, right here?
AI
Oh,
wrote
yeah.
this for you? Like you explained it to him what you wanted?
Yeah, Trump is gonna mess around and get another election.
Right
But
here?
can you just like get to the premise of it? Like, how is this going to stop the war? Transition of people to what?
Okay. But if they're
That's not
if
the
they're already
reality of
not
Iran.
wearing them, from where? Are we talking about the IRGC or what are we talking about?
I have no idea, John. Just let it happen.
I'm lost.
Hey, fry this nigga, Will.
Yeah, Primo,
What am
I
I
got a
supposed to-
whole turban. Hey, yo, Primo, I got a turban on right now. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like,
I have no
ain't
idea.
nobody.
Walk him down, Will. Walk.
Come on, man. Like,
I'm lost. I have no idea.
Hey, Emperor. Emperor, you giving a bunch of word salad right now. Emperor.
Yeah, you sound
Yeah.
like Kamala.
Yeah, what is a turban? What turban are you talking about?
We were having a very prudent conversation before you came in here with this bullshit.
I done fell asleep. I'm at the United Nations meeting. I done fell asleep.
Yeah, we were doing really good before.
No,
You
go
gotta-
ahead. We're
watch this.
trying to
Hold
get
on.
you to-
Watch this. Watch this real quick, Skywalker, right? This what you got to do, right? When I talk to black people, right? And we talk about reparations. One of my arguments is, hold on. I'm going to give you an example. Watch the difference between my presentation and yours. I'm quick. One of the things I tell black people is maybe we need to piecemeal reparations. So if it came to something as simple as education, it can't be denied, right, that America as a country denied us certain things in terms of education, right? We could talk about Plessy versus Ferguson. We could talk about all these different things. And then we could even look at all the statistics CT uses to be proof that, yeah, these things hurt us. Yeah, these are our graduation rates, blah, blah, blah. So now my point would be not to go for the whole.
All right, whatever. Now I understand. There's a mentality. There's a mentality. I can't even begin to explain what that was right there. But I'm not finna. It's hard to explain something to somebody that doesn't give a fuck. That's what just happened right now. They didn't give a fuck about the war, and that's something that, you know, I noticed a lot of people just don't fucking care. All right, so I gotta fix my table of contents. I did not know the table of contents was all fucked up. Damn. All right. Anyways, they didn't want to get with it, but I will go ahead and just go through it. Why is this looking like that? This shit's fucked up. It's missing my pages. It's missing my pages. I gotta go get my table of content. It's not there. All right, anyways. So we're trying to stop everything. All right, so right here, this is the summary. All right, this is pretty much what it's about. They couldn't even make it through the summary, which is crazy, you know. So whereas the United States Security Council, the United Nations Security Council, they're acting under the Chapter 7 of the Charters of the United Nations, because they do have laws that we're supposed to stop all this kind of stuff that's happening right now. And they're not upholding the law. So all I'm doing is reminding them what the law is and giving them incentives to work together. All right. So the Chapter 7 Charter of the United States, of the United Nations, has determined that the Persian Gulf Union constitutes a threat, okay, to international peace and security, including nuclear proliferation, risk, proxy aggression, all right, maritime disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz, and economic instability. So this is what they're being accused of. Okay, they're being accused of this. And then here, we even gave a date of when the last thing was. All right, just on the 11th, they were doing some shit. All right, so the Islamic Republic of Iran shall permanently renounce all pursuit, development, acquisition, deployment, possession, or use of nuclear material, nuclear weapons, or related technology, effective immediately upon adoption. I wrote this. Yeah, I was up all night, so this ended up being the date because this is when we printed it. I do need to fix that table of contents immediately. That fucked up everything. Damn, that fucked up everything. This might even be the wrong one, actually. Now I gotta go double check. Let me look at the bottom of this shit. Okay, yes, this does have, okay, so this is our updated version, but I guess the table of contents came out wrong. I need to re-put it there. All right, so we got all this stuff here. This would be the index. Yeah, this is the index right here. So it's telling you what everything is, like auto surge. This is when when immediately you're in reserve court is deployed about 5,000 upon verified breach. All right, now the blockchain security pledge. This is the immutable verification for no first use and no regime change commitments. So we can't force somebody to change who is running their country by holding a gun in their face. That's not cool. So that's why this is in here, because this is what's bothering them. The fact that people are trying to attack them. That's why they want the nukes. So we're gonna go ahead and take that out, and we're gonna have the UN back them up because they're a part of the United Nations. That's what this whole thing is for. All I'm trying to do is point out the laws so they can act on them together without fear. All right. Closed club. This is referring to the prohibition on new nuclear powers. So people that don't already have nukes, you guys cannot get none. There's no reason for it because this is adoptable by all the countries that need help with development, that need the cartels out, that need I've thought this all the way through. All right. And it's so hard to talk to people that don't want to listen, or if they don't even want to know. It's just like, well, whatever. I don't want to ruin the integrity of their show because they want to talk their shit and have their opinion and get a pat on the back. I don't want a pat on the back. I want you guys to challenge my shit so I can find the holes so I can try to make it better. Yo, what up, Zababa? Hey, come on up, bro. All right, let's see here. All right, and then here we go. So the closed club. Any non-guardian enrichment stockpiles attempt auto triggers enforcement. So by the unanimous decision of them adopting this, automatically the people that have nukes, they're not even supposed to be making moves on them. You can keep what you got, but no new nukes, no more new stuff. You can innovate your technology and do all this other stuff. You can even redistribute and reassemble all of the stuff you have now, but no more new nuclear stuff, unless it's going to be defensive and you opt in as a guardian, and then you guys have to work together and help each other with the technology for defensive purposes, so that way if somebody does shoot a nuke, there's a deterrence. That's why there's the collective deterrence. Mutual response by nuclear guardians to nuclear breach. So all the superpowers that have nukes already, they're grandfathered in, including North Korea, no new people, and those guys are the guard. They are the guard. There's 9 of them. They are the official guard of the world because they have the biggest gun. That's it, period. And if they don't work together, then it turns into reassured destruction, mutual destruction, if they want to call it that. All right, equal force retaliation. All right, now this is very important. A lot of people didn't know. proportionate response, nuclear or conventional, to verified first strikes, non-nuclear immediate. Okay, so you can respond to a nuclear or whatever it is. If if there's a one fired, you guys can respond immediately with you know sonic missiles, things like that, as long as there's no nuke at the end of it. So it can't be nuclear. It can only be explosives or some shit. All right. Now, full nuclear is unanimous within 24 hours. And if they can't come to an agreement, or if something is holding them back, then it goes to the UN, a vote within 6 hours. And that's on page 22.4. All right. Global defense grid. All right. Joint missile interception system for civilian protection, funded from the tranche surplus, which is the surplus from all of the situation, because there's going to be a whole pot that goes in. And then upon adoption, the pot goes to the people specifically, to the company specifically, for building equipment, things like that. But it goes straight through the escrow from Switzerland. Yes, we have that here too. The Gulf Security Council, right? 5-member body. But we need to finish this other part. So once they opt in as guardians and they adopt it for the nuclear superpower, you guys aren't reading this right now. My bad. Let me pull this up. I was feeling real dumb for a second. Hold on. I just realized it wasn't up there. My bad. I'll try to make that a little bit bigger for you. Nah, I'm blocking it now. I need it to be on the side. We'll just do it like this. All right, so we'll do it like that. All right, and this is where we were right here. So guardians receive first priority access. So when they opt in, because this is voluntary, if you volunteer to be your nukes, you're not going to make any more, you know what I mean? But you're going to innovate your technology. You're going to have your defensive priority. So you're going to be able to build a defensive iron dome for your country to protect your citizens, from these nukes. The defensive grid. This is what that's all about right there. All right. So the Gulf Security Council, this is the 5 members body. Okay. There's no veto because it's majority rules, 3 out of 5. All right. So that's all it takes. 2 seats, B and C, they rotate. Well, 3 seats rotate. A is between Russia and China, and B and C are random between the other, I think it was 7 countries. I think I have 7 other countries there, yeah, including North Korea. They rotate. No back-to-back consecutive council holds. So if you were on this year, you can't be on next year, but it's random. So the following year, you could get picked again instead of somebody else. So everybody gets a turn, but it's a random. So there's no coercion. So that way, North Korea can't get with Russia and China. And then if Venezuela is in that 3rd seat, now they can gang up on Switzerland and Israel. It's not. That's why I did it this way. All right. It keeps everything fresh and random, and nobody can really plot and scheme. I know I had to think about this a lot. This is the Gulf security. I'm trying to save the world, stop the war. This is what this is all about. All right. So we gave them the council. All right. Majority vote for surge, retaliation, and sanctions. All right. So they would have to go through the triple verification. We have that on here as well. But the hotline, now this right here, this is going to change the game. The hotline is going to change the game because it's a 24-hour breach reporting channel for parties or individuals. So that means countries can tell on each other. Individuals at the individual basis of the simple citizen can tell on somebody like Donald Trump or somebody like, whoever's in our offices over here, if they're breaching the contract, because we're not supposed to be doing any nuclear moves, things like that. Everything's supposed to be on freeze. We're supposed to be working together. And we need to hold each other accountable. Now, this hotline is serious. The AI utilizes this hotline more than anything in all the simulations, and they always get caught. They always get caught because there is a $50,000 plus relocation and immunity if you snitch. You can go to whatever country is within the UN. You're a freaking ghost. Snitch and go. This is crazy right here. This is going to get the cartels out. This is going to get all the regimes and all the haters to stop punking you. This. Even the smallest country can call on China. Like, yo, China's over here trying to bribe us and bully us. Like, what? And now we got to do the audit sequence. See what I'm saying? So this is gold right here. Adopting this is going to be the hard part because everybody can see that their power, it's not even yours anymore. The power, it goes to the people. All right, humanitarian oil lane. Now, 20% of the Iran oil export, all right, it has a cap free so they can kind of move how they need to move. But there's still a over 100. Once the barrels hit like over 105, that extra money starts to spill over into the that fund, the trench fund, that everything that supports this. So if they try to get crazy or try to inflate oil prices, all that's going to spill back over into the UN pot, and then they'll be able to use that money to delegate for humanitarian purposes and things like that. And it goes to these UCVC civilian IDs. Now, this is an ID. It came to me. It was an ID. I know how it sounds, but it doubles as a bank card. And the reason why is because we attach them to a blockchain so they can become tamper-proof, and the regimes and those bullies can't come and start holding people hostage by gunpoint and taking their cards and using that money because it's all tracked through a system. You feel me? Once they get to a point where they have jobs and they're getting their paychecks, stuff like that, they'll be able to use their banks how they use them because they can still get their cash, but it's more controlled upon the initial, hey, you as the citizen have your money directly. Nobody can come in between it. It's not getting taxed or anything. It goes straight to you. Now that is a gift. All right, the imminent threat. This is very important because this is one of the things that a lot of people don't like because they feel like, they can fake the imminent threat and then just start all over again after everybody's been powered down and they didn't gave up all their nukes, and now here comes America trying to attack for no reason, or Israel for no reason. That's why we have some stoppers in here. But this right here, verified inbound missile drone proxy launch towards civilian/infrastructure, confirmed within 15 minutes by triple neutral forensics. Now, the triple neutral forensics is forensics that's done with the UN, it's done with Switzerland, and it's done with Canada. I had to use the most neutral sources that I could use to keep everything where it's not like looking like, oh, America is trying to take over. Nah, America, they got to stand down too. Because that whole thing can be turned back on America, and this whole thing can be turned back on Israel, just like it could get turned back on China and Russia. So if most of the countries adopt it, somebody's going to want to be a guardian, because that means the fund opens up instantly for them, and it gives them, how much was that? It gives them $1 billion to start defensive preparations so you can protect your civilians from nuclear impacts. What? Come on, man. Who don't want to take this deal? America gonna be like, hell yeah. Because guess what? Now we're the Avengers. Now if anybody shoots a nuke, we got the go ahead. You know, so we get to go ahead and, unleash the fury. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it has to be legit, which is why we have the triple forensics go over it. And it goes through blockchain. All the information is live, and the information is publicly visible. So you can literally go online and watch it happening as it's happening. Crazy, right? This is freaking awesome. And like us as people, we're going to be able to be at home. We'll be able to look at the stuff, and we'll be able to like either talk in with the AI or make a phone call. And
we'll be able to
take it seriously.
what? Finish that thought. I'm hanging on every word.
Hold up. Yo, that's crazy. I had this shorty muted. The whole AI right here was just talking to me, but it was muted the whole time. So how did they hear me? The fuck? The fuck is that? Yo, the mute button doesn't work no more, y'all. Oh, shit. All right, let me see. I fucked up. I need that full table of contents. Damn it. I need to double check the fucking document now. Is it even in there? I could have sworn the table of contents was full. No, it's not fucking full. Wow, are you kidding me? Hold on. Do I even have? I know I have the table of contents here. I know I did. I put that bitch in there. What? All right, fine. Let me see. I think it's this, but I need to double check it. I think it's this one. There's only one way to find out. I gotta fucking pull this thing up because my whole glossary, my whole table of contents was fucking. Is this it? Is this it? No, this ain't it. No, this ain't it. Alright, undo that real quick. Try this one. No, it's not the whole thing. That's right, I probably never picked it up. I probably didn't copy it. Damn. I gotta go all the way back up and look now. Dang, I lost it. No, I'm fucking up. Oh, damn, I had this whole thing printed out too. Fucking table of contents wasn't even correct. Nah, that's a bummer. That's a fucking bummer. Yeah, we did a lot of research today. All right. Damn, let me get this table of contents locked down real quick because that's gonna bother me. I didn't do all this work to just fuck up. Damn it. This is it right here. Gotcha. Sweet. I fucked up, man. Alright, I got my official table of contents back. Now I have to recharge the document. That really sucks. You know, that just takes a bite out of you sometimes, man. You finish the project and then you find out, damn it, I forgot to blah, 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 whatever it is, man. That ruins everything. No wonder it wasn't making no damn sense. All right. I'll go ahead. Okay, got the new table of contents. All right, because that one's all fucked up. There we go. All right, sweet. That was the original one. All right, sweet. Damn, I gotta resave this shit. Gotta make a new PDF, blah, 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 whatever. It's all good, it's all good. All right, sweet. We'll just use this for now. At least the index and the glossary are correct. So we'll just navigate using the index and the glossary. Right now, this is the index. We just went over some of this. Now the incentives is the surplus tranche, the payments, the trade priority, the frozen nukes for adopters. Now the frozen nukes thing is big because that puts everybody in check. No more new nukes, no more new bombs for nobody in the rest of the world. But you can innovate, okay? And you guys can share technology and help each other build the defense grids for all of our, we're the superpowers. You guys got priority. So all those 9 countries, we'd be building our defenses for nukes first, because we're supposed to be the ones that are making sure nobody else gets them. And we're not supposed to be using them because there's a whole clause in here as well that says no first fire. All right, so we have to make sure we keep that in mind. That's upon agreement, upon adopting, and upon opting in as a guardian. If you're not a guardian, you're not held to that. But guess what? When it comes to defensive, that defensive gear, guess what? The guardians, they get it first. And once the guardians are set up, you feel what I'm saying? Then anybody else that wants to opt in can get that. See what I'm saying? The guardians are going to work together to stop other nukes from hitting people. They're going to defend instead of being on the offense. This is why it's such a team building thing right here. This is why I put it together. So we have to actually put the guns down and shake hands. That's the fucked up part. Ain't nobody gonna want to be friends. All right, here we go. Right here with the mutual accountability, reporting and reparations for verified harm. Remember this. Now there's a reparations clause in here for anybody that got blowed up, all the families all the dead people. Guess what? You gotta have your little card and you gotta play ball though. If you ain't gonna play ball, then you can just stay where you at and get blowed up. We already blowing you up. It's already war. So if y'all say no, then we just right back where we are anyway. So y'all could agree. We can see if this works out. And if it don't work out, well, it's back to where we at anyway. If it does work out, well, shit, you know what I'm saying? That's a little different. You ain't think about it, huh? Guaranteed nobody trying to hurt you. Guaranteed. And you can make all the money you want. And here's the best part. That Sharia shit, there's up to 50% of Iran reserved for Sharia law inhabitants upon the Senate vote. All right. So when they start their voting process, all right, the designated area starts off as that whole Qom area, the whole Qom area or whatever. That whole area, their holy city, that's where it starts. All that belongs to Sharia law. All of that right there, that's where they start the regime. All that, that's theirs. So if you want to stay there, then you have to do what they say. Period. Their law. If you're outside of those zones, and if you want to leave that and be a part of your democracy and be a part of the Iranian Republic, you can do that safely. And the people right here, when they sign this contract, they're going to make sure the UN troops are going to make sure you're allowed to do that. And the regime's going to back off. Why? The incentives. And not only that, the peacekeeping force. That's what that's for. So there's no American boots on the ground. There's no Russian boots on the ground. None of this bullshit. It's the United Nations with everybody. Like if there's a 5,000 troop, every country puts in somebody in there. So it's all the countries together. That's how it was designed. Yes, I took my time with this shit because I didn't want nobody to ask questions. That's why I did all the annotations and all the references to the page. So you don't gotta ask me shit. Go look. See what I'm saying? They don't want to look. Don't nobody want to read. Or else I would have been on that other channel. We still be chopping it up right now. You know what I'm saying? Come on up. I put the link up there. Chop it up in the chat. If y'all think there's something wrong with it, let me know. All right, mutual accountability right there. All right, right here, we have no future attack pledge. This is what they want. Blockchain, Israel/America commitment, no first use, no military regime change against Iran, okay? Which means we can't hold them at gunpoint and say, change your leader, okay? This is perpetual upon compliance. That means never again if they comply. Remember this. This page is referenced. This page is the most important page. This one right here, this page is nasty. Yeah, we'll leave out 22.4. No, that's where you need to leave that in. All right, that's why I'm making this live, so it's fully documented, even my mistakes and my errors, so you can look and everybody can see that this was the original format for the plan. So if they change it and it doesn't work, you see what I'm saying? Or if they do something completely different that's not this, they're dooming themselves. But I mean, they do what they want. I tried to talk to my senator today. I took today off. I finished this shit. I stayed up all night finishing this shit just to get sidelined and have to leave a message. It's fucked up, right? So I went and I took to the Twitter streets and I blew everybody up on Twitter. So if y'all do see the Emperor on Twitter, go look him up. All right. There's no underscore. It's just the Emperor. Just like it is right here under my name, but minus the underscore. I'm on Twitter. Follow me. Share that shit. I put the PDF in there. I'm going to update it again. I got to put the new version with the correction, which sucks, man. That sucks. I'm just glad it didn't go viral yet. So, but where's the other page? Like, oh, my bad. I thought I copy pasted it, bruh. My fault. It's in there now. It's in there right now. So I'm about to run the new draft. I'm gonna run the new draft. I'm gonna send it, and then I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. My bad, guys. Shit. I'm gonna ask for that. All right, we're gonna save it first as a Word file in my documents. I'm gonna do the 2.0 on this one. Oh shit. We go to dash. It should be dash, right? Dash. All right. I had to update that. All right. Now that one's saved as the Word file, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna save it as the PDF file real quick. That'll take a second. This. All right. My bad, guys. I'm over here making corrections to it while we're live and shit. I'll scroll a little bit down. Here's a little bit about the Guardian thing right here. You guys want to read that while I'm poking this out? My fault. I'm not trying to bore you or nothing. You got other stuff to do. I appreciate you for being here. I'm not trying to waste your time. All right, so nuclear guardians. All right, the opt-in. All right, grandfather nuclear states: Russia, U.S., China. All right, North Korea, Israel, Pakistan, India, UK, and France. These are the superpowers. These are all the people that have nukes already. All right, and we need to just go ahead and shut this down, because the more people that get nukes, the more problems we're gonna have. All right, and if we're gonna blow each other up, we might as well do it now instead of letting somebody else try to punk us to do it later. And now Russia and China, they have enough people, like Pakistan and India, that have nukes, like Iran. And now it's Israel, France, and US versus China, Russia. You know what I'm saying? UK is gonna be over here with us, but they, like, you gotta think about this. This is not a pretty picture. If you look at these names right here, this is Korea, North Korea, Pakistan, India, China, Russia. Now, just imagine putting Iran right here, and then Syria, and then we need to stop this shit now before it gets bad, because now we're gonna start making more nuclear material. They're gonna feel like, oh, we should tell them to do something because you guys are arming up, so we need to arm up more. And France is going to be like, well, shit, we need to start really thinking about leaving them alone so these guys don't fuck with us. You see what's happening here? And I'm trying to fix it with this. Freeze, fissile, stock supplies, joint, innovation, deterrence. This is what I'm trying to get. So everybody starts working on the innovation of the defense so we can stop the nukes instead of start giving out nukes. See what I'm saying? And since these guys already have nukes, say, you know what? You're a big boy now. Give North Korea their little pat on the back. All right, you got nukes, man. We ain't gonna try to take them from you, but don't get no more, and help us stop anybody else from getting them because it's making the world a worse place. You're left alone. Iran, you guys are the first people that are trying to be, deaf to these people, and we're getting nukes, and y'all getting shut down right now. All right. So to avoid this for future, let's go ahead and nip this in the butt right now. Sounds like a plan, right, guys? I know, right? Your boy's on to something. I know. Ain't nobody thinking, or is this just not? All right. Scroll down. All right. Registration for reparations direct to individuals, no regime access. So that card, remember that card we were talking about? That's what this is for. So you can't get bullied, you can get your money directly, and the money's not going into these corporations' hands and never getting to the people. And this way that the people that are Sharia, they're not beating up their women, taking their women's cards and doing all that shit. They don't know. This is where democracy begins. Okay? Proxy symmetry. Okay? Reciprocal cessation, sorry. Iran halts access aid, right? So they're gonna stop with all the proxy stuff. Israel and US are gonna stop with all the anti-regime giving people weapon stuff. See how this is working? Verified by the third party, we went over it. Our right here, where was it at? No. It wasn't the hotline. Wait, we went over it already. Anyways, it's one of the reparations mechanisms. We're getting there. Sanctions lock mechanism. We're getting there. All right. Anyways, the ID. All right. So this whole verification process goes through the ID, and it goes through that triple neutral forensics, which is Canada, United Nations itself, whatever their little program is, and Switzerland. Switzerland, dude, you gotta love the Swiss. They stay out of everybody's war. They do money, and they know how to keep a fair deal. I'll give them that. So that's why the Swiss is there. And then we got reparations mechanism, so audited proportional tranche payout for verified civilian harm direct to the UCV account. So that would be your card, your ID, and your card double. So you can literally know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even an issue. And then there's two separate parts to the ID. There's the side where you have a Sharia ID because you're under the Sharia law and you belong with the regime or to the regime technically. And all your money will be coming from their side and things like that, their appropriations for you and whatnot. So however they treat their people, hey, they have to take care of you. So if you pay taxes, it goes to them. It doesn't go to the state because they take care of you. The state has its own separate little thing there. And if you want to go to one of the Sharia places, it's probably not a good idea for you, especially if you're not, if you're a female, you're not wearing a hijab, because their law is their law. So it's like, a no-go zone for you if you don't want Sharia law. If you want that democracy, you want to be able to vote and those kinds of things, you have to be, you got to be with the Republic, the Senate side. All right. And that's the separation of church and state. So that way there's maintained power by the regime, because obviously the pride is there. So they have their areas where they can still do the Sharia stuff, and you got to bow down to them. But if anybody calls because they want to get out of it, you got to let them out. You cannot kill nobody, because that's inhumane. That's not cool. That's a part of the deal. So all that killing and all that forcing people to stay in shit's out the window. Let people go. If they want to be here willingly and they volunteer to get the lashes you're going to give them, and they take that and they love it, let them love it. But if they don't and they want to go, let them go. It's that simple. That should not even be a conversation. But it had to be. So we had to put it in there. You feel me? All right. Let's see here. We got sanctions unlocked mechanism. All right. So this phase is where the council is verified to release of the frozen assets that they want unlocked. They want to be able to trade freely. They want to get back to their SWIFT access. They want their unlimited exports and things like that, so they can get their money. Now, this is triggered by the nuclear renouncement and proxy cessation. Sorry. So they got to stop all that shit. All right. And allow the people to have their election. If the people vote for Sharia, let's say it's a small town or it's one of the cities and it's mostly them, and they want Sharia still, then that goes into their Sharia law, their whole little thing. It gets bigger, up to 50% of the country. And here's the thing. There's a clause in here where they can't just throw people out into the wilderness. You can't just force people out of the cities. It's not okay. All right. I know, because they would do that. Oh, you don't want to be a part of us? Well, get out. No, not happening. They are free to move to the other cities, and the Sharia city, the starting point is the calm. So everybody that wants to be Sharia, go move there. Everybody that wants out, get out. And then whatever cities want to have their elections to join that, they can join that. And those are called Sharia zones. All right. So that's the beautiful part. They still get to do their thing, and people still get to move on with their life and not be harassed about it. All right, the Senate elections, people lead governance transition. People let it. So that means with these CVIDs, everybody gets to vote, because they'll be able to swipe and push the little number, blah, blah, whatever. It'll be super simple. And we're all going in that direction anyway, where you're going to have an ID card, and that card is going to have all your money and shit on it. We're going in that direction. If you don't want a chip in your arm, just take the card, bro. Just take the card. For real. I'm like, fuck it. Give me the card, man. Oh, yeah, this is my ID too, sweet. I ain't losing that. Got you. All right, so trench pool. This is the surplus funds, all right, from the $90 oil cap allocated to the UCV or UCVC. Sorry, I'm not very good with letters like this. All right, reparations, grid, and incentives. They're all on the page 5. This right here, this is a big one, because we have to replace their nuclear stuff with a new technology. All right, we have to make it taste good so they can get the medicine. Okay. This is the crazy part. Now, the trade neutral forensics. Here we go. This right here, very important, because Switzerland and Canada, they don't really got no beef with nobody, but they would keep it clean because the U.S. is right there. They're kind of associated in a way, and Switzerland will keep it clean because it's their money. They're pretty much, holding the escrow and shit. And then you got the UN. All right. They have the stake in this because we're taking the fight out of Israel's hands, and we're taking the fight out of America's hands, and the fight in the UN's hands, because they need to take this. Like America, we don't even live over here. There's no reason why we should be over here. If y'all need help, that's why we coming over here, right? So I think there's a misunderstanding somewhere. or people are just dumb. I'm not sure which one it is, but now the truce terms: 90-day offensive pause. So for 90 days, no shooting unless triple neutral forensics deems a threat. Unless they unless they renege on this part. If they renege on any of this shit, remember, it's monitored. Auto reimposition on breach. That means back to getting that ass whooped instantly. And yes, America is on standby offshore. They're on standby. They're not allowed to be in their little area. We kind of made that. You know what I'm saying? All right, so, whatever. This part probably not needed, but it's whatever. Now, this is my final statement. This is what it's really all about, but we'll get to that later. That's my selling pitch right there. All right, so now that we did the index, all right, you know what's going on a little bit. So when we say these terms, we know what the hell's going on. Now, this one, okay? This is okay, that was the index. This is the glossary, all right? Now, this is the B-dex, the one we were just reading, okay? It's the index, and then we did that one. Innovations. All right, sweet. All right, I think this was it. Yeah. Collective deterrence. I think we went over that. All right, this is the meanings. So this gives you the definitions. All right. So we'll start here with these definitions. So auto surge, immediate deployment of UN Reserve Corps 5,000 troops upon verified breach. Now that gives us page 11. So we'll hop over there. That's when we're talking about the shit's cracking. All right. Blockchain security pledge, immutable public verification for no first use and no regime change commitments. Now, that's going to be on these 2 pages. Now, what we're saying here is we're not going to force Iran to change their regime by gunpoint, okay? And we're not going to attack them first. We're just going to leave them alone, and we're going to let them have their elections as long as they honor the renunciation of nuclear weapons, okay? They gotta let them go. That's what this is all about. They gotta let them go. If they're not letting go of the nukes, we might as well keep shooting their ass until they say, fuck it, we don't have nobody left. See? Just a way to try to end the fighting and the bloodshed so the people can move on with their lives. So far, it sounds all right. The closed club, here's the definition. Absolute prohibition on nuclear powers. Any non-guardian enrichment, stockpile attempt, auto triggers enforcement. And we know what that means. Auto surge. All right. The blockchain verifies, because we're cutting this nuke shit out. We're nipping it in the butt. Everybody that's in is in, everybody that's out, you're out. Because there's no need for nukes, especially if we're all going to agree to this, because every nation can adopt it. You can adopt it, and you can get the help from the United Nations to help root out your cartel and to help root out the regime and send their asses to freaking Guam. Send them there. They can all hang out and do what the regime says, all in one space. A mass relocation, if you wish. Because that's ultimately what's going to happen. Because we even put a clause in there where if you're in the regime and you just want to put your arms down and disarm, we even gave you places to give them to, because we got UN nation troops, United Nation troops, they over there waiting to take the weapons from you. and they're going to give you your ID card. You're going to be classified Sharia, and you're going to go to your Sharia zone. Unless you're just one of those people that did mass crimes to humanity. Yes, that's in there too. I know, right? I've been thinking of everything. I've been running AI simulations and all that shit. So we're in this to win this. And winning, look. See, I made a comment on one of my shows, and the comment was, it's so funny because it's so true. And right now it even shows, look, okay, a failure, okay, a failure is still a success. All right, when I say this, there's more. A failure is still a success if you didn't fail. So you have to be so look here. I know that was kind of crazy because it's like there's a point where you can fail and that failure is the success. All right, so it's like a damn it, I had the clip. Oh, I had the clip. It's such a good clip. It's a failed failure. Or wait, at least that's how it sounds right now. Because it's like there was a point where you were supposed to win, right? When you come to that finish line, you see that person trip and fall. You know what I'm saying? But you turn back. You were about to win the race, but you turn back and you picked them up, and then dude hit you in the nuts and just ran past the finish line. You know what I'm saying? It's a failure because you didn't come in first place. But even though you got hit in the nuts, you still crossed the finish line, even though you was limping and, you know, holding them. You know what I'm saying? You still succeeded. You just didn't fail. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's a hard one. It's hard to explain, but right now, it feels like a failure, but it's a success. Everybody's going to look at it as, oh, I'm losing, oh, I'm failing, but it's a success because you're getting the things you want, but you're giving the things that they want. Oh, damn. Oh, I know. It's so hard. But collective deterrence, all right? Mutual, coordinated response by nuclear guard or to a first nuclear breach. Let's say North Korea wants to go rogue and Russia, China, US, and everybody else was like, yeah, we're all in it together. And then they decided they wanted to try to shoot a nuke. Then we would all get jumped their ass. It's just like that. So if America wants to go rogue, we're going to get jumped. If China wants to go rogue, you're going to get jumped. And it's that simple. And I think that's something that we should all agree to. Whoever shoots first should get jumped first. Because it's just like, if we don't end you, all right, you think you're just going to shoot another one? What? No. Not happening. So equal force retaliation. This one is necessary as well. Proportionate response, nuclear or conventional, to verified first nuclear strike, non-nuclear immediate. All right, it's a 3 out of 5 vote. All right, full nuclear anonymous. Full nuclear unanimous within 24 hours, or it goes to the UN General Assembly vote within 6 hours. All right. If it got stalled, if somebody was missing, nobody could, you know what I'm saying? And they couldn't respond to it, it automatically gets put in the United Nations hands, and then the other superpowers get on red alert. Global defensive grid. Now, this is cool. All right. I had to come up with something because the first 3 or 4 simulations with the nuclear thing, everything went haywire, bro. Like World War III happened once in one of the simulations. I was like, damn, no. The U.S. dropped the bomb, bro. It was crazy. Oh shit, it was crazy. It was crazy. These simulations are wild. I'm telling you. That's why I had to fine tune this shit. All right, the global defense grid, right? This part's very important because this is the incentive for the Guardians to volunteer to, freeze nukes and make sure nobody else gets any. All right, Joint Defensive Missile Interception System, Iron Dome, Arrow, S-500, analog funded from the Trans-Surplus, civilian protection only. Okay, so this is for your cities and shit. And then opt-in Guardians get first priority tech. So if you opt in as a Guardian, we're gonna set you up your defense. So let's say you're the only one that's in the club, you can at least stop the nukes and shoot back. Right? I don't know, I thought it was a good idea. Maybe they'll work together and be like, you know what? Let's get our defense up. Right? That's what I was thinking. Whatever. Maybe it's stupid. Tell me in the comments. Go ahead. I gotta know. All right, so then we got the Gulf Security Council, the 5 members. We went over this, no veto, 3 out of 5 is the majority. So there's no deadlocks, surge, retaliation, sanction decisions. We got page 10 on that one. All right, the hotline, we went over that. This is a breach reporting channel for parties or individuals. So that means citizens at the individual level can report countries, nations, their freaking people that are running their country can report their assets. That's wow, right? That's the shit they ain't gonna like. Yeah, all that child transferring stuff and all that trafficking, all that shit dead now. You get a whiff of it. Boop, boop, boop. Think my legislators up in here. Oh, I think we lost somebody. Because they don't want to hear the truth. You're going to get caught. You better go clean out your garage. You better empty out your email. Yeah, old nasty motherfuckers. We don't play that shit where I'm from. Shit. I don't like breaking the rules, but when smoking weed was illegal, shit, I'm smoking, bro. Give a fuck. I ain't hurting nobody. It's not like I got a nuke, right? Shit, nigga wouldn't know what to do with it. Me sitting there just contemplating while you smoking a blunt, like, you know what, man? That motherfucker tall. How many ladders did they need to get to the top of this bitch? I'm losing people. Whatever, dude. Life is life, man. I'm just having a good time. I already finished this shit. I just updated the damn table of contents, so I'm about to print another one. I gotta make the new one. But the glossary is the same, and the index is the same, so we get the same information. Imminent threat verified, right? Active, inbound launch of missiles, drones, proxies towards civilians or infrastructure confirmed within 15 minutes. So this right here is where we get to respond. Okay, this is our response. So if they renege on the deal, they try to arm back up, if they try to do any weird shit, we're gonna shut it down immediately. All right, this goes for any kind of strikes, dropping mines in the Hormuz, any of this dumb shit. We're done with that. All right, the triple forensics is gonna handle it, self-defense, limited to interception, so they can defend, do this, whatever, stop all the shit, blah, blah, blah. Incentives, surplus, payments, trade priority, frozen nuke adopters, right? We went over this stuff already. The last definition is mutual accountability, reporting for reparations and for verified harm. Okay, cool, we got that one. No future attack pledge. This is very important. This is what Iran wants the most. This right here. All right, they want the no first use. That means no attacks, no going first or anything like that. Only defensive, and no military regime change against them. So they don't want us to try to point a gun at them and say, hey, you gotta change your people. It's more like they have to this will be perpetual compliance. So we can never mess with them again if they say they'll never have nukes and they'll let the people vote. That's it. It's that simple. Sanctions, all that shit gone, everything's back to normal. Just leave the nukes alone and let the people vote. Is that cool? Or are we still tripping? You know what I'm saying? And we put the incentives in there for all the other countries to be like, yo, you know what? We gonna step up and we gonna have their back, man. Put them nukes down, man. We don't need no fucking nukes. Not this kind of deal. You see what I'm saying? The nukes are for the bad guys. The nukes are not for the countries. The nukes are for the bad guys. Most of the countries don't even use nukes or think about them. The ones that have them, they don't even really think about them. They just kind of walk around with their nose up in the air, chest all out. Yeah, I know. Because you Billy Badass in this bitch. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Because the minute you fuck with me, we dropping a nuke on you. Like, boom. You see that? That's what we've been holding over with this deal. That goes away. All the countries are safe. And anybody that thinks about attacking somebody with a nuke is going to get fucked up. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. All right. This one right here. No first use pact. Perpetual nuclear restraint signed by guardians. Breachers triggers retaliation. Period. Period. Nuclear guardians opt in. This is voluntary. You don't have to do this shit. Grandfather nuclear states, and this amendment grandfathers all of these people in with their nukes. So that means nobody's gonna come for them. Nobody can come for them. Nobody will ever try to take them from you, but you can't make no more. You can innovate your technology. You can redistribute your big ones into smaller ones if you want, but you cannot make any more. All right? No more offensive shit. No more nukes. All right? We're done with that. It's unsafe. It's not cool. It pollutes the world. We don't need it. All right? There are incentives for this, though. So we got to give it up for North Korea, India, Pakistan, Israel. But hey, give them a round of applause, because these is the last people that's finna hold a fucking gun to my head. I'm not letting nobody else get a fucking gun. Pakistan, congratulations, you're in. India, congratulations, you're in. Israel, my dog, yeah. No, I'm just playing, but you in though. All right. UK, welcome to the club. France, you paid your fee, right? China, Chinese always get in, right? Russia, come on, you guys rush the door, right? And then United States, big dog. These are your guardians right here. These are your nuclear powers. These are the people that say, if you mess with me, man, say hello to my little friend. All right? Now we need to freeze that shit. 100%. All the fiscal and stockpiles. They need to join their innovation, and they need to focus on deterrence, so nobody else has this kind of power to hold the world hostage again. And now all of us get along because we are now friends and we're not holding each other hostage, but we will protect the world from being held hostage. I hope this shit works. I hope this right here, Avengers Assemble, I hope this part works. Because this will tie all of our... Do you know how cool it would be to be able to go to China without having to worry about shit? Man, China's so beautiful and big. Do you know how cool it would be to go to Moscow and kick it with the Russians and have a real vodka? But I can't go because we ain't cool. Right? You know how cool it would be to like go to France and you know what I'm saying? Not feel like you're obligated to something. Oh, you're American. Am I? They keep calling me black when I'm here. Like, what the fuck? JK. Anyways, you know, this is great. Maybe the UK will be the UK again. Let's make the UK again. You know, like what the fuck? India, I never even thought about going to India. All right, I never thought the relations were good, you know. Pakistan, it's a stand, you know how the stands are. I don't know where they stand. I'm just playing. But no, seriously, it's hard to tell who's your friend and who's your enemy. And we don't know the same language. So it's really hard to tell if y'all speaking the same language, right? Opt-in, UC, VC. Now, these right here, you get to choose this, okay? You don't have to do this. You can stay with the regime. You can keep living out in the wilderness if you want. You don't have to do this. This is optional. But if you do register, all right, as a citizen, you're going to get your benefits, you're going to get your money, you're going to be able to get access to jobs and stuff that for the Senate. And if you get your Sharia one, then you're going to get access to whatever the regime is getting access to, because your portion goes straight to your card. So you won't get left out. Even if you are staying under Sharia law in those Sharia zones, you will still be okay. The money that you get when you opt in to the UCV, all right, when you get your card and that doubles as your ID, that's where your money is. That's where you get it straight to you. It doesn't go to them. All right. So you don't have to wait in any lines unless you're just in line to get your card. All right. So this is the biometric victim registration for reparations, direct to individuals, no regime access. Page 5 is on that one. You got your proxy symmetry. So they all have to agree to do these things. And it's pretty much the same thing, except it just has a little bit more detail that leads you into the page. Their elections, the surge. All right, you'll see this word a couple times. UN-led enforcement deploy on imminent/verified breach. All right, so if there's a bomb in the air or something, they'll pop out. If they find out that somebody is doing some sneaky stuff, using money wrong, or trying to fund some of this, or trying to stockpile that, boom, it goes off. All right, the trench pool, this is the surplus funds, but there's an actual dedicated amount that we start with, and that amount gets filled from the surplus, over $90 a barrel. It helps with the oil prices, and then they can't pocket all that extra. If they try to make the oil inflate, they can't pocket the extra. It, like, after the threshold, I think it's the first $15 over 90, you get to keep whatever's under that 15. Once it hits the 15, anything over, so once the barrels are over 105, all right, so once it hits 105, anything over that 105, it automatically goes into the surplus. Automatically. So they won't be able to inflate, they won't be able to skim, they won't be able to do all this other stuff. It's pretty legit, but they can trade as much as they want. They can put out as many barrels, whatever, but they gotta sell them at market price. But there's no cap, but like I said, the surplus is still there. So that way they can't just manipulate markets and things like that, because that would defeat the whole purpose of this shit. They'll start getting bombed again. So you got to give some sort of restriction. Let's see here. The neutral forensics force, Switzerland, Canada, UN, verifies breaches, threats, and claims. We got 3 pages for that because it had to get spread out. It was big, and we had to make all the corrections and tie everything in. This was a lot. The truce terms, 90 days. So basically, as soon as everybody adopts it, everything has to stop. United States and Israel, immediately, you guys need to stop and go to your reserve locations where you guys are on standby in case we need to resume. Okay, offensive pause, extensions, and determinations are all in page 22.4. All right. Now, the annotations, all definitions are derogable, right? Binding on signature. So if you agree to this, stand on it. That's what this means. All right. The blockchain and the ID debit card keeps the transparency, so the regime cannot harass the people. And then the hotline, right? The people can tell, and they can get, the actions, the triple forensics, blah, 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 then the surge and yada, yada. And we pretty much went over the whole thing, to tell you the truth, because that's all of it. That's the gist of it. because this was the glossary and we went over the index. All right, that was 25 and 26. This is 24. All right. Need to check. Okay, so this is not my updated version. 24, updated 24. Okay, so this is one of my originals. This was before I did all the finals because we had 24. Wait, no, this might be right. Yep, 24, 22. Okay, yeah. All right. So let me double check here. Yeah, I wrote the shit. It was crazy. I had the AI double check for punctuation and make sure all the legal verbiage was there. But other than that, man, it took a long ass time because I had to go line by line to make sure this shit was right. It says that, no, I don't like it. You gotta make it say this, but you gotta make sure it says it like that. All right. So they need a unanimous decision. All right. That's, if these guys don't come through, these guys will. All right, that's the ratification process. Let's get to the top of this page real quick. All right, page 23. Now we're at page 23. This is signatories and ratifications. All right. I think a better spot would be, let's take it up a notch. All right. Page 12, the Strait of Hormuz. I think this is what most people want to talk about for the most part. Okay. Am I right? Do y'all want to know about the Strait of Hormuz? Because I think that's where this is all happening. All right. So this one right here is the patrol symmetry. So this is how they would be working together. All right. But I feel like they need to figure out how they're going to be like friends first, right? All right, let's see. Imminent threat protocol page reference to this. All right, update page 11. Okay, this is the enforcement sequence. Exploitation protocol. All right, I think this is going to be the best spot to start right here. This kind of explains how it works. Right here. All right, awesome. Governance and command. This is very important. This is like the skeleton, or maybe even the heart or the meat and potatoes. One of the two. This is an important part. This is one of the things I had to keep building the rest of it around. This one turned out to not shift. This is more permanent. So the objective. This provision established the treaty's governing body, okay? The Gulf Security Council, all right? This is the pursuant to the United Nations Charter. So pursuant to the United States Charter, Chapter 7, Article 39 through 42, a perpetual, non-derogable, majority-driven command structure, ensuring symmetrical enforcement, rapid response to breaches, and regime bypass prioritization, binding all parties to non-derogation, no reservation. All right? So there is no ifs, ands, and buts. This is the whole point of what these guys are coming here to do. Nothing more, nothing less. All right? The composition. 2 permanent chairs, 2 fixed seats, no rotation. The State of Israel and the Swiss Confederation. A lot of people are going to be mad. Why Israel? You just like them. No. Why the Swiss Confederation? Blah, blah, blah. No. The reason why the Swiss is because you need one person that is forever neutral, forever impartial to y'all bullshit. I don't give a damn about your Temple Mount. I don't give a damn about your holy water and your holy this and your bullshit that and your Sharia whatever. The Swiss don't give a fuck. This is all about money for them. And they want to make sure the money is getting distributed. Swiss have always dealt with money and stayed out of wars. I don't blame them for that. And you can't either. They don't even got nukes. They weren't on the list. And they're not complaining. That part. That's why I chose that. Because they don't give a fuck what y'all do. Okay? They're just going to see what's right. And they're going to do what's right. Period. They're probably the most impartial. They already have all the money. Swiss bank accounts, all the billionaires, whatever. They don't give a fuck. All right. And the state of Israel? Israel's already bombing everybody. Israel has nukes. Israel's been shot at. Israel's got skin in the fucking game. And if anybody else was on this council, they would try to gang up and push Israel around. So that's why they're right there. So yeah, it has nothing to do with nothing except those tiny little motherfuckers got nukes and they're scared of everybody, which is why they're getting the US in this shit. So let them have their fucking voice, let them be heard, and leave them the fuck alone, or I'll be glad that they blow your ass the fuck off this planet. Why? Because you fucking with them. Now here's the beautiful part. They gotta give something up too. Trust me, I did not go easy on Israel. I don't give a damn about their religious claims and shit. None of that shit matters. The people matter. Yeah, I might lose some people with that one, but I don't care. I went hard on Israel. I really did. Israel got hurt just as much as everybody else. Because all the things that they're trying to do, all this pursuing land and all this glory and trying to retake this and unearthing that, all that shit got to stop now. Because this is the reason why everybody trying to blow your ass up, Israel. So yeah, Israel, you got to stop trying to turn over the Temple Mount and tear down the rock and rebuild the temple. That shit's over with. That's done. That's the only reason we having this problem. Because you keep trying to take their shit. Right? That's how they feeling. So now we got some mediary shit. And if y'all want to continue with your roaring lion, guess what? All those UN personnel are going to be right there in your Israel. So bomb your city if you want to. Yeah, that part. I bet you'll think twice. So let the bullshit go, Israel. Get your fucking money. Have your fucking safety. All right? And go kick it at the Jacob's Pillar. I'm building you guys a Jacob's Pillar. Yes. Yes, Jacob's Pillar. Yes. Oh, eat that. Eat that. That one, woo-wee, is so beautiful. At least the way it was described is beautiful. I didn't get to see it yet. I'm gonna have to throw that shit in AI and see what that looked like. You know what I'm saying? All right, so now that we explained that part. Rotating chairs. There's 3 seats. 6-month terms. Elected by simple majority. And that's what they say. But I think that's a typo. Because it's supposed to be randomly selected. All right, so that's a fucking typo. That's why we gotta read through our plans to make sure they're airtight. All right. Chair A rotates only between Russia and China. Nobody else. So Russia and China get their chair. All right, together. So they either work together or have different agendas or whatever, but both of them, big players, they should get a say, I guess. Why not? Israel's got a say, and America and Israel are pretty much tied at the hip, which is why there's no rotating seat. See how I did that? So it's even, and now you got what? Switzerland, Israel / America, and then you got Russia / China. 3 chairs already filled. See what I'm saying? They're the ones that have to do everything anyways. This is who's proxying the shit. Why not put them right there in front so they can watch? Now, here's the beautiful part. You have random remaining from chair B and C. Now, this is where everything gets real crazy. All right. So it would be random draw from the remaining pool. Okay, so that's where the random draw is. This part is real nice because we got Korea in here, North Korea. We had to have them in here having a chair so they can feel like they the big boy at the table too, because they got nukes and they could probably help us squash this. Not only that, they're making backdoor deals and all this other shit in here, so they should watch the shit burn too. I think so. And they get a voice every now and then, so that way there's no gang ups. See what I'm saying? But you better keep in mind, if North Korea and China get on the board together, that's probably going to be 2 votes in the same direction. But that's why you got Israel and Switzerland right there. So whoever this third person is can really sway things. That's why we chose people that don't have any skin in the game, but that want skin in the game. So we chose Cuba, because guess who's coming next? Cuba. All right. We got Venezuela. Why? Because we just liberated Venezuela. We want our North American individuals to feel like, /South American, to feel like they are a part of our bigger picture too. Here's the thing, they are. Nicaragua, right? And Zimbabwe. Those are 2 African countries that can help bring Africa into the fold and root out some of those proxies and some of that hate shit. And now there's doors open for people to get help, you know what I'm saying? For these countries to get from third world to at least second. All right, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I'm doing my best. Now, Indonesia is really Muslim, which is why we had to pick them. So that way all the Muslim majority will feel good. And we chose Syria because they're right there on the other side of the Gulf. So they need to be involved with this. And the reason why Iran is not in there is because they can't be trusted. We don't need any backdoors for the regime to try to take over anything in the UN or anything in the United Nations or anything all over the world to try to spread this Sharia law bullshit. No, you guys get to do that all at home. So everybody that wants the Sharia law, just go to Iran. Just go there. Just go there. There's no reason for anybody else to have to deal with that shit. We ain't from there. And you got full autonomy to go and live there if you want to. All right, you can get your citizen card that says Sharia law, and you can go to the Sharia courts, and you can live a good Sharia life out in Iran. Real shit. All right, the rest of the world should be reserved for democracy, because anybody can just go to Iran. It's big enough. Why do you want to be there? They got plenty of room. Just putting that out there. I don't want to go to no fucking Iran. Fuck, like, really? Oh, fuck. There might be some beautiful spots out there, maybe by the beach, but I mean, how long does that last? The beach gets old as fuck real quick. Like, for real. Sand everywhere. I'm already annoyed. All right. No consecutive terms. All right. No country repeats back to back. Draw conducted publicly via blockchain, verified lottery at term. So that is just a random, and it just pops you. That way, North Korea can't be like, oh, hey, Russia, China, whenever I get my turn, because randomly, they might not get a turn for a very long time. Because it's random. See what I mean? There's no order, because then they'd be able to make plans and then, all right, looks like I'm going to be here in 2030. Looks like my next one's in 2030. Yeah, we should make our move 20. None of that. No conspiring. It's random. Every 6 months. It's just going to pick one of these guys right here. 1, Syria. 2, Venezuela. 3, Indonesia. Zimbabwe is 4. Nicaragua is 5. Cuba is 6. Korea is 7. So it's just going to be random. Right? You're going to pick 2 out of 7 randomly. So yes, you could get skipped for years. But it's random. That's the part right there. That's why it's so secure. Ooh, I know. That's such a smooth little touch. This shit's tamper-proof, baby. All right. Full council is 5 members at all times, 2 permanent, 3 rotating, voting. No veto power. Decisions must simple 3 out of 5. And then chairmanship rotates every fiscal quarter, 3 months per footnote, right? Because the 6 months may be kind of long. So the chairs could be rotated every 6 months or every 3 months. So I think that's a better idea. Let me see. Vacant rule. If a rotating seat becomes vacant or breach suspension, because you can get suspended from the council, the next in draw queue fills immediately, no gap delay. So there will probably be a number out of the 7. So you'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then those numbers will change. Bloop, and then you'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'll be pretty cool. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. AI will make that happen. All right, mandate and powers. This is very interesting right here because this is what's supposed to be happening. All right. Number 1, approve certain, because this is what they're supposed to do, the council. This is their mandate and their powers. Approve surge deployment, 5,000 United Nations Reserve Corps personnel, non-lethal containment, humanitarian protection, blockade, deployable within 48 hours of majority vote. Cross-reference page 4, right? Authorized joint Hormuz patrols because they're going to be training the Iranian Navy, right? That's what they're going to be doing. So that way, when the Senate has their votes, the Senate can stand on their own. And then if the regime tries to do a takeover again, we still have everybody on standby. So the regime will get blown to hell. It's not going to be fun. And that's one of the reasons why everybody's going to agree to this, because this sits down all the cartels and this sits down all of the they all have to sit down because they risk breach and freezing the funds and freezing everything, and they risk going right back to where we are now. And then, like I said, the UN will have their motivation to step in at this point because everybody signed the paper, so America doesn't have to be holding the fucking gun all the time. That's something that bothers me. It's like we're the one that has to hold the gun at everybody's fucking head. And then they want to be mad at us when we do it, but y'all want us to do that. So that's why I'm trying to take the gun out of our hand so they can be responsible for their own lives. And then America, we can get our defense. We can get our Iron Dome built so we can protect our citizens from their stupid nuclear threats. If any of these guys try to turncoat on us, you know what I'm saying? So this is all in preparation for American defense. I'm putting us in a winning position. And then if we opt in as Guardians, we get access to their shared technologies, and trust me, it'll be so much more worth it. But I think I'm done with this episode for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure all this shit is touched up because I done fucked up. All right, so we went through a lot. This is a huge document. It really is. It took me a fucking week to even come up with all of these fucking ideas. I had to cross-reference so many different times, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pooped after putting this shit together. But it was a good week. All right, we'll finish up this portion real quick. It was the let me see which part was the mandate. Yeah, all right. So number 2, they do the patrols and teach them. We got the confirmed triple neutral forensic assessments with the Switzerland, Canada, UN. They cleared nuclear threats, proxy support, exploitation. So they check all those different when people call the hotline, things like that. They're all responsible for that to respond. They're first responders until Iran can fend for themselves as a Senate. Release and suspension as far as the tranches, which is the fund. They put the aid. It's on automatic. It's all automatic upon compliance. Everything is frozen on breach. So if there's a breach, everything gets frozen. They deploy. They do the forensics checks, and then it's like police. It's pretty much what it is. Yeah, it's pretty much done. Mediate symmetrical disputes. Any party may report any other resolved by majority vote. Oversee voluntary transition. 1,500 United Nations trainers per adopting state. Revocable by majority. So, this is all optional. All right. The chain of command, the day one provisional authority. This is what happens. All right. Council assumes immediately enforcement. Council assumes immediate enforcement. 2 affirmative votes triggers a surge. So if they detect something and 2 of them get together and they have the same results from the forensics, boom, alert, that triggers the surge, freezes things, sends out the people to go double check it. Persistence breach. So if the surge fails to restore compliance, 3 affirmative votes, all right, to authorize resumption of Operation Epic Fury, the United States, and Operation Roaring Lion of the Israel. So persistent strikes, limited scope, no occupation. So basically, if anybody wants to fuck up or renege on the deal, then we might as well go back to what we were doing, and then this shit is back to where we are now. So this is all preventive measures that I came up with myself to try to help alleviate some of the pain so we can move on. There's a lot here. Surge revocation, so they can say, you know what, surge deployment, we don't need it. The hotline is what they're watching. And the symmetry clause enforce all reciprocal. So anybody that fucks up, the same thing can happen, okay, to them. And the UN is taking that authority to do that because we're all watching each other now because we all have a problem. So we all need to be held accountable, and that's what this does. Transparency and audit, right? All votes, minutes, records, hotlines shall be logged, be blockchain secure, publicly accessible within 24 or 48 hours, redacting solely for operational security, like faces and names for like certain individuals. Any member may request a triple neutral forensics review. Denial requires unanimous, all right, rejection. So that means all 5 people on the board have to agree. So if Israel says we want to check one, but only 4 people vote, then yeah, there it is. But any member, so that means any nation. So even Zimbabwe, if they were having an issue with wherever, they could call and then we could mediate, blah, 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 whatever, because they're adopting the principles of the charter by voluntary. So the thing is, we're all signing it to have this deal for Iran, but the deal is open for other people to adopt it so they can root out their own proxies and root out their own cartels and get their own nation back on its feet, and they can be a part of this and get help as well. So this is a humanitarian reach out process, and it is establishing a base United Nations police force that can hold everybody accountable, including people that have nuclear power. Yes, America, we will be able to be checked, and so will China and Russia. Everybody will be checked, and this is they probably will say no just so they can hold on to their power, but the next person that comes along is going to say it. So this is inevitable. But I had a good time making this one. I had a real good time making this one, guys. I had a real good time. This one's been a good time. You feel me? We're winning over here. We actually did what we said we was going to do. We made a fucking show out of it. But I gotta upload the new updated one after comment so I can make sure it's all consistent. I will do that. I will have to make sure this is all consistent. I gotta read through the original.
I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud.
All right, that's it.
Get ready.
Some questions I need to ask myself. Clearly need to ask myself. I just don't even know anymore. What do I really want to do? Where do I really want to go? Who do I really want to be? Man, yo, what do I really want to do? Where do I really want to go? Who do I really want to be? Try to do the right thing all the time. I'm like a hero online. Shit, I come through, save lives all the time. Bust out with the heels and now everybody living life at full health. I'm on, bro. I'm getting that wealth and I'm trying to put everybody else on. I got the belt, the champion. Every time you see me running in the zone, playing in the game. Always in the zone, and when we got the home field, you know we insane. Shit, hit me on my phone, and you know I'm hopping on that next plane. You know what's up? Shit, let's hit 'em up. Party over here, then we party over here. Come back to the crib, kick it with the kids. That's just how I live. Family biz, This is how we go. Back and back and forth from coast to coast. This is how we go. Back and back and coast to coast. This is how we go. All over your city. Going back to back and we coast to coast. All over your city. Zoom, zoom, zoom with my boom, boom, boom. Got it. One of those knees.
If you do not want to change, if you do not want to better yourself, if you do not want to break outside of this matrix, if you want to live in your comfortable delusion that they have built for you, do do not watch these videos. Leave this channel immediately. If you do not want any truth, if you don't want to understand, if you are not here to hear something that's outside of your own mind and accept others' minds and opinion and the way they think for themselves, you do not belong. And finally, if you are not trying to be positive, if you are not trying to help create solutions while we discuss the problems and how they got here, you do not belong here. Negativity, hate, disrespect, name calling, those things will not be allowed here on this platform and not in this empire. We are the ones, the true Americans, that want to be free and stand as we have always stood.